With Marvel movie sales currently down, but a huge success in the new game Marvel Rivals, today I want to figure out if Marvel Rivals can save the MCU. I've been playing Marvel Rivals a lot recently, and as I realized that the game is making me more hopeful for future Marvel projects, I began theorizing that this game might just have a chance to get others to watch the movies as well. I know this isn't a gaming channel, but since gaming is a hobby of mine, and since I've been playing the game so much, I decided to talk about it, especially since it's the thing that keeps me up at night.
The moon! By the
Not in a good way always, but I have put a lot of hours in the game in a short amount of time, and I quickly realized that it's the most successful Marvel content that's come out in a long time. And after learning about some in-game rewards you can get from watching the movies, I began asking myself if the success of the game could translate into the films. But right now, many of you are asking yourselves, how could movies possibly be influenced by gaming? And why should you or anyone else care about these games? And the short answer:
money!
And in order to prove that to you, I did some important research. So before we talk about this game, let me show you some examples of how games in general are extremely profitable and how they could influence other markets. Out of the most profitable industries for media, you'd be surprised to learn that one of the larger ones is gaming. Throughout some of the common forms of media, such as games, films, music, and books, it's easy to see how companies can keep their eye on games because it brings in so much profit. Take Star Wars, for example, whose last 3 movies grossed over $1 billion each for a total of $4.4 billion. And though those are crazy numbers for films, games have brought even more for the Star Wars franchise. EA estimated over $5 billion profit, with a mobile game making $1 billion by itself. And though I'm comparing just 3 movies to several games, there's a lot of other franchises that show that games are where the money's at. Some examples you might be familiar with include Sonic, whose lifetime films grossed over $7 billion, while the games grossed over $9 billion total. The Arcane series apparently didn't profit more than the $250 million it cost to make, which is easy to beat by League of Legends, which makes over $1 billion every year. And Uncharted 4 made $1 billion by itself, and I know the movie wasn't everybody's favorite, but it still made $400 million. And lastly, and most recently, we have Minecraft.
Flint and steel.
And this movie is expected to make over $1 billion, while the game has made well over $3 billion. I know these examples aren't exactly one-to-one, but I hope I've proved to you that games are still where the money's at. But how does that mean they actually influence these movies to the point that Marvel Rivals has any impact on the MCU? Well, beyond some of these games actually making more than the movies, I'm pretty sure they increase the profit of the movies themselves. Think about it. We obviously wouldn't have Minecraft movie without the game. And while Marvel movies take their source from the comics, the first people to line up to see these movies are longtime fans, and that definitely includes the people who play the games. Gaming is a specific niche, and you can't really expect the people who watch the films to play the games, but you can certainly count on it the other way around, because people are excited to see how their favorite characters get portrayed on the big screen. I definitely am guilty of this, and will go see any Spider-Man movie, even if there's an unlikely chance that it could be bad. Marvel Rivals also isn't the first example of a Marvel game increasing the excitement for one of its movies. If we go way back to my childhood, and before the success of any big Marvel movie, you'll find little me playing a game you may have heard of, called Ultimate Alliance. Though not a billion-dollar success like Marvel Rivals, it sold over 4 million copies, and more importantly, was an introduction for me to the world of Marvel, and it's certainly a reason why less than 2 years later, my family went to watch Iron Man in theaters. And I'm sure my family wasn't the only ones then, and I also know that there are families today who are encouraged by their kids to go see the characters they get to play on the screen. So with Marvel Rivals bringing hope, excitement, and a little bit of nostalgia to fans like me, exclusively having in-game content to promote their movies, and the effect that we've seen games have on movies in general, I think this game could just save the MCU. But that's just a theory, a game. Okay, wrong channel, but you get the idea. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
The moon haunts you.
I can't. I definitely am guilty of this, and will go see any oh my god. Since the credits are still rolling, comment below your favorite superhero movie or game, and let me know if you're excited for anything in the future. Thanks again for watching, and stick around to the end if you want to see a disappointing end credit scene.